Hey there, and welcome one and all to another Toonkind FPS game. I am Morski, but you're free to call me Morski, and I'm playing Resident Little Wizard Hugh script. And today I am joined by my wonderful friend, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, I am Fletch. I am still kind of new to FPSs, but I'm doing my best, and I will be playing a little mouse or rat toon named Fleck.
You're doing great, and Fleck, my beloved.
Thank you.
So this can only end well, really. And man, for once, Hugh isn't the smallest person on the scene. Will the Wonders ever cease? Well, okay, I guess that's a lie. There's like Lynn and everyone else, but still. Um, in this case, shall I start things off really, since it's with Hugh Shenanigans that sort of start this scramble.
Yes.
Also, did I ever say the FPS name? I don't think I did.
I don't think
For
you did.
yeah, so FYI, this FPS is called Schoolyard Scramble. You'll find out why very soon. And yeah, I think on this case, like, it's a lovely day in Toontown. Uh, Hugh's vibing. He has he has probably read through a fair few of his books, so probably like he likes to go on walks and like he should anyway go and search for maybe some new books to get, or hey, maybe he could try and find another library because those are good to find when you're stuck doing a whole bunch of research and such. So I'm just going to do a quick survival to see how lost is he when he stumbles into this place. That's a +2.
Very lost, it seems.
So for everyone listening, that was a 7, and you know what? This makes sense. Hugh Hugh probably looked at his map, picked a direction, and then went, but oh, oops. Wherever he went, there sure is a lot of people now, so he does actually stumble into a building, but it really wasn't on purpose. It was just kind of accidental, and oh, I'm here now, I guess. But hey, what do you know? There is a library here. So I'm gonna be honest with you, he's gonna be checking that out.
Which is fair because Hugh is a nerd.
He is. He is a wizard, and you're practically required to be a nerd if you're a wizard. Holy bleep you got a 26 on your investigation. So
Oh
Hugh has
boy.
found some books. Hugh
He
has
sure
found
has
some
some.
books.
He sure has found some books.
Yeah. He has picked up multiple books like, oh, what do you know? This book speaks a little bit on, I don't know, which deity should I pull up? Let's go with the light. That one seems interesting. And there's some fairy tales here. This one seems to speak on petrification. He'll really want to have a hold of that one. So he's just here in this library now, I guess, probably trying to avoid the people a bit, because this is a surprising amount of people milling about in here, in this specific library at least. So guess he went to the side a little bit.
There's also probably just a lot of people, like, face planted onto desks and such. Which,
Yeah.
it's a library. Sometimes you're cozy.
Sometimes you just need a nap, and the library is the best place to do that. I know it was in my old school.
Yeah,
But anywho, would you say Fleck comes in now, or this'll be just a bit later?
I am gonna be real with you. Fleck has an intelligence of 6,
Oh my goodness.
He just learned how to read like maybe 2 weeks ago. He's still
Oh
not
my
totally clear on what a
goodness.
book is, so I think a library might be a bit much for him right now.
Oh my goodness, I hold him really soft. Look, by the end of this, like, Hugh can absolutely offer to help Fleck with books. He's done it for another one of his friends. He can do it for Fleck too, though I guess that's for then.
Good.
And maybe a little bit of time has passed, and I guess I'm gonna do a perception to see whether Hugh notices this. What's your perception, Hugh? That's a 5. Plus 5 on the die. 14. With that, I think it's fair to say, like, Hugh's going to notice that, some people are starting to leave now. Wonder what that's all about. And I think he'd go into the hallway just to check out what's happening.
And why don't you roll another perception?
Cool.
Just to.
That's a 10.
Oh boy. Uh, I.
That's Hugh seems a little, despite living in Toontown for a while, and I mean he's visited Dodo Studios a bunch, he is still just a little bit unused to so many people in such a small place.
So much so that he does not notice a little rat underfoot. So I'm just gonna do. Thankfully, the rat is unharmed. That's a 17.
Hey, excuse me, he would never forgive himself if he accidentally hurt his friend.
Fair.
It's like,
Sometimes.
it's just like, oi, we are not hurting anyone in this FPS apart from maybe some beakers in the science lab.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Don't worry, the rat is not stepped on.
Good. To the to the rat, do you wanna do a perception or an insight on this kid? This is definitely a kid. He looks fairly young.
Yeah, I'm gonna do insight because that's funnier. Okay,
It's a
14.
14. Uh, he looks lost. He also just like he appears to be very curious at why all those people are going in a direction before. It's like he's never been in a school.
Oh boy. So Fleck kind of just waves up at Hugh like, "Hey!" Uh, trying to
Roll
get.
perception
Yeah,
again, though at advantage. At
at
advantage.
advantage. Okay,
22. That's more like it.
there we go.
He just like blinks and looks down and, oh, hey there.
Hey,
Is everything okay?
yeah, you just look a little lost.
Um, kind of. Yeah, I got lost outside, and well, I found this library, which is nice. I'll need to make sure I pay attention when I get out of here. But why is everyone going away?
Uh, they're going off to class
To class?
because this is
Oh,
a school.
oh. I'm just imagining one of those like there is a beat and dot dot dot, and you see Hugh going, oh, oops.
Fleck is
Uh,
kind of just. He's a little bit confused. Like, he knows that he's not the brightest crayon in the box, but, it's a school. uh, so he's kind of just like, how did you, get all the way here without knowing it's a school?
yeah, no, Hugh kind of goes pink and his hair fluffs up, and sometimes I just stumble into places. I'm sorry about the trouble. I haven't really been in many schools before.
Fleck will
It's
accept that
like
answer. He kind of just nods like, that's okay. This is the first school I've ever been in.
that's fair. It's on my end. I was homeschooled, so that finished, and you can roll me insight for that.
Okay.
That that finished. So I've been. I mean, to be fair, I've practically done all the required lessons, so I've just been learning new things on my own.
Nice. And I got an 11.
Deciding what this gives you. Hugh looks a little awkward when he says that finished, but that's that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you do not get the lore today.
No lore today. That's fine. So his flex eyes are just gonna light up like, that's so cool! I I didn't get any sort of schooling before this, so you must be really smart.
Congrats, you have made Hugh go even more pink. This time with bashfulness about just like he's just I know it's okay. I'm just a person like anyone else. So thank you. I'm sure you'll do great in this school though.
Now it's Fleck's turn to get a little bit embarrassed. He's like, you think so?
Of course. You've navigated here just fine, haven't you? Lessons might not always be easy, but I'm sure you'll get there.
Fleck kind of just smiles like, thank you. I mean, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Learning to read was a little bit hard, but now that that's over, I'm sure things will only get easier.
It's like he's like, oh yeah, it can be like that, and just like dot dot dot. If you want, I can try and help you with reading. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at it. And I mean, you can see the small stack of books in Hugh's arms. Probably has like three right now, but you get the distinct feeling that this kid is a nerd, Fleck.
That
Just a
is
feeling, you know?
that is fair. He was recently adopted by a huge nerd. Um, so he's starting to get used to nerds. However, Maris is not exactly the best influence on him, so he kind of just grins up him at Hugh like, "Oh, so you're a nerd."
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And Hugh actually like Hugh gets like Hugh gets like a couple stars behind him as and it's like hand on hip straightens up like yeah.
Oh, he's proud of it.
But of course, though I guess I better get out of here not to cause any trouble. Are is like one of are So I guess with everyone with everyone going out of this library, class may start soon. Like, do you need some help finding your classroom?
Uh,
I figure since I'm anyways going out, I could drop you off there.
Fleck seems to only just now realize that, oh yeah, classes are a thing. Oh no, I'm gonna be late to class!
He's like, he actually puts a hand down, like, if you want, you can go on me. So like, it'll probably go faster because I have longer legs.
Fleck is very grateful. He kind of just nods like, thank you, and climbs right on up.
Congrats, Fleck. You have gotten a steed of your very own.
Who needs the find steed spell when you have friends?
Exactly.
Alright.
Also, I just want to say, with like this whole little chit chat, I'm just imagining this little corner of like sunshine because holy bleep, these two.
They are very much dweebs, and I care them.
Same, same.
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll a survival real quick. We'll see
Also,
how well this. Yep,
oh, it
yep.
does not
That
go well.
makes that makes so much sense though, because Hugh doesn't have a map of this place.
Yeah.
And fun fact, he was very prone to getting lost. If he has a map, he's fine. He can navigate great. No map? Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. And it's like,
Plus, I have a question. So, if you didn't know that this was a school library, did Hugh check out his books?
I think with this whole conversation, he kind of forgot he was holding the book. So he's just now walking out with them in his hands. And I think the 7 is because he's a bit lost here. He doesn't know where the entrance is, and he's now like trying to talk to Fleck to see hey, in which direction should we go? Like, where's your classroom? And then I can probably find my way out. And
Alright.
he still has the books.
Oh boy.
Oh, what is this roll?
Okay, so Fleck does remember where his classroom is.
Yay!
However, Hugh just stole some books.
Yeah, oops. I'm just gonna make. Okay, so that was to see how soon somebody comes. And you know what happens? Fleck manages to direct you to his classroom. But before they enter, it is that moment when someone runs on over and you hear like the slap, slap, slap of feet on the tiles. Hugh and Fleck turn around and the person is like, "Oi, come back here." Just sounding very angry. Maybe they have glasses, maybe they have newspaper or some sort of paper in their hands. They're kind of waving it angrily, and Hugh's immediate reaction is, "Oh no, what's going on?"
Fleck's immediate reaction is, oh boy, angry authority figure. So he kind of just grabs on harder onto Hugh's shoulder and just shouts, run!
Time for them to run. So Hugh is, you know what Hugh actually does? Let me just double check how Misty Step works. I know, can't take someone with you. You know what? You know what? As a treat,
As a treat.
as
For,
a treat, Hugh casts Thunderstep.
oh boy.
He makes sure, like, he's an evocation wizard. He's like very careful about this stuff. He makes sure that like no one gets damaged, but you hear a clap, and he was now 90 feet away from that person and has gone ahead and started running.
Oh boy. Now,
So this
let's...
is going great.
Perfect. Just don't worry about it. Sometimes it's best to run. I
Exactly.
imagine that person probably is not very happy about this.
Probably not. But considering everything that's happened, I guess considering everything that's happened to Hugh and also Fleck just going around, Hugh is like, okay, I can do that. Uses magic instead.
Oh boy.
But look, Thunderstep is a good spell.
It is a good spell.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably the librarian. It's probably the librarian. And the
Yeah.
librarian, helper boys, is probably like, not this peccary again.
Oh boy.
Just another Tuesday. Well, time to go, like, call help.
It's time for even more angry librarians.
Yeah.
A whole flock of them descending upon our poor heroes.
Yeah. For fun, I'm just gonna say, like, this librarian who first ran after them is mostly, like, is a more human-like tune, but all the other, like the flock of librarians coming over that'll chase our boys, they're all birds.
Good.
They're all birds.
Librarians.
Exactly, thank you.
Alright, so now,
And now,
Fleck's kinda just gonna drum on Hugh's shoulder a little bit, like, that was great, now let's keep going before they catch up.
what did we even do? And Hugh's just kind of running, and he's just going, oh no. Should we maybe hide in a classroom for a bit?
Fleck kinda nods, like, yeah, I think we can cut through there, and points over at a classroom that is labeled, as the chemistry lab.
Fantastic. Roll me dex. I'm going to be rolling dex, but you roll me dex as well, and I'm just going to go. Hugh actually does really well. he, to be fair, my boy has a brain, so he's paying attention.
Alright.
And Fleck, you do pretty well as well. It's like goes in, swerves around. Actually, do me a stealth. Could you
Okay.
just do me a stealth as well? Like, goes and just swerves because, oh, oops, there's stuff happening in here.
Okay.
This is going fantastically.
Amazing.
Like, runs in, swerves. The thing is, they're not the only people in here. There are probably students and other people here. So with like the surprise appearance of a child and another child,
I'm just
I think
imagining Hugh and Fleck just slide into the class, leap over a desk, and then just end up right in the center of the classroom.
yes, exactly. I'm going to roll acrobatics to see how fancily Hugh does it. No!
Oh,
Can I do that with advantage, please? Because like
yes.
this, he's just going to fall flat on his face.
You get an advantage since you succeeded on the dex check before.
Yeah, thank you. That's more like a 24.
Beautiful.
Hugh does a very impressive, definitely anime like flip over the table.
Okay, I think with
I
the
blame
flip,
Decimal and March for this.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyways, Anyways, he's in the center of the classroom, and because of this, and because of our wonderful stealth rolls from before, I'm pretty sure a couple people fall over, or just like fall back, and yes, some beakers get broken.
Oh boy.
So I'm just gonna real quick find the wild magic table and
Let's see what happens.
yeah, I'm wondering how many D100s I should get. How I think okay, so you got a 12. I say you roll 1D100 and I'll roll 2, like for the amount of people started. That's a 56, a 51, a 35. So let's start from the bottom. 35. 35. Roll a d10. Your age changes by a number of years equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you get younger. If the roll is even, you get older. Well,
Oh
thankfully,
boy.
thankfully, Hugh and Fleck were not the ones to do this. So I'll roll the d10 just to see how old. Like, unless you really want this to happen to you, I'm just gonna roll this d10 to see how much older or younger the person
What if we
who not.
made
Mm?
dex checks for every one of these?
You know what? Sure, you roll for Fleck. Well, yeah, I guess you roll for Fleck and the mystery person, and I'll roll for Hugh and the and the other two mystery people.
Alright.
Oh boy, that was a 7.
Oh boy.
Do I give us advantage or not?
If you want to have advantage.
I'll try once more because holy boy, if like it, I'm almost tempted to do it on rule of funny whether or not, because it would be funny if March suddenly got a younger brother, huh?
It would be a little funny.
Okay, 17.
17 squad.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so for the other people, I am so sorry, mystery person number 1. And I'll make this a d20 plus 5.
Yeah. If anyone has a school-aged character, you can absolutely be this mystery person, and I apologize.
Yes, absolutely. Also, I don't. Should we make the DC 10? Making the DC.
Yeah, I think so.
DC 10 sounds fair. So one person makes it, the other person does not. Let's see. You had one person. Then do you wanna? I don't know. Do you wanna make like the save a D4? Or well, a +4 rather.
Sure.
On
Oh.
That person got. You know
That-
what that person does?
Just
You know what
a beautiful black flip away.
Yeah. You know what they do? They backflip out of the classroom and just go to read their book in peace. Let's go. Time to roll that d10.
Yep. Oh
That was
boy.
a 7. Let's see what this means. Let me just refine the thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I really okay, so that was a 7 on the D10. So this person who did not manage to dodge, I imagine they're the one who specifically broke that beaker. They're 7 years younger now.
Oh boy. That would, if they're high school age, that would be like 7 to something.
Like
Oh,
7 to 10, cuz look, if he was actually hit with that, he would go from being 17 to 10 years old.
Oh boy.
So I don't think I should let this happen to you, but holy bleep.
Yeah, we have 2 more wild magic rolls.
This is gonna be great. Let me recheck. So that was a 51 and a 56. Um. Oh, nice. So for 51, a spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to AC and immunity to magic missiles.
That's pretty
So
nice,
I think,
actually.
yeah, you know who gets that?
Who?
The person who backflipped out of the classroom. They get that
Yes.
shield, they see this and just peck this stuff, I'm out.
Just gone
Yep.
with
And
their
for
brand new
50.
spectral shield.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, 56 is kind of dodgy. So I'm just gonna make it 57 because it's funnier. For the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flame.
Oh no. Oh no. The books.
Shall we do another dex?
Yeah.
Shall we do another dex? Just I will say I'll allow advantage on this. For our boys as well. Uh oh, +7, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
D20 plus. Hugh got a dirty 20, so he's doing fine. Um, let's go. Let's see how D20. D20. So the literal child that's in the classroom now actually does really well.
That's good. We do not need a child with fire hands.
No, no. Well, generally we don't, but consider sometimes you might.
Fair.
Just maybe not in a school.
Yeah, maybe not in a place full of flammable objects.
Yeah.
Especially not a chemistry classroom.
Yeah.
But the books
Okay.
are at least safe for now.
He was like hugging the books really hard as this all happens with an expression of oops and
Should we roll stealth to just slide on out of the classroom?
yeah. Uh oh, there's one more person I can roll for you just to see whether they do get the flame hands. Okay. Um because I want at least one person to have the flame hands, I'm gonna say the person who got that +5. Uh, they got the person with the +5 to Dex. Yeah, that was an 11. I'm gonna say they get the flame hands, and
Oh
in fact
boy.
they're holding something, and and it bursts into flame.
Oh no.
So anyway, how about that stealth?
Yeah, we can do it with advantage, I think, considering that there's
Yeah.
explosions going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that 15. Holy bleep, Fleck.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take that 20. He is, uh, I think I gave him expertise in stealth.
Oh, Val, you know that makes a lot of sense. He is small and friend-shaped after all.
Yes.
I'm gonna say bonus with the 28. So Hugh got a 15. He actually did pretty decently, but I think like Fleck, you actually managed to help point out to Hugh where are the shadier corners and maybe how to get out. So these two just kind of stealth their way out of the
Yeah.
classroom, and I want to say as they exit, there's another
Oh
explosion,
boy.
and like the person who backflipped out, they're like the shield is just now starting to fade, but they're just leaning on the wall reading the book, and they like look at our two dorks, and it's like, don't worry, this happens like every other Tuesday. This really isn't that unusual. And I think the student really just sends our two dorks off in another direction.
Yeah. All right. So that was certainly something.
It sure was.
We don't have
I
time to
think
unpack all that though.
no, we do not. No, we do not. Um, I think next thing I'll roll a what to roll to see whether the librarians notice librarians
Librarians.
notice. Yes, librarians. See on one side, I'm making it so that they have like a +4 because their perception isn't good because burb, but also
Burm.
they have proficiency because librarian.
Yes, that makes sense. Ah,
They notice Jackal. You know what they notice? They notice the explosion. So like it's like you see this flock of librarians looking at the chaos of the chemistry lab, and they're just like, ah,
can I
same shit as always, okay.
can
And
I
just
just
in the
say,
back, hmm?
what if the librarians just started shushing the explosions?
Please and thank you.
Like an explosion goes off and you just hear a chorus of shh, shh, shh.
Yes. Also, while this is all happening, like you just see in the background Fuzzy, Hugh, and Fleck like against the wall going, ah, ah.
Yeah. Kind of just looking at each other before gently sliding off screen.
Yeah, exactly. Time to go down the stairs.
Yeah. Let's what should we roll for going down the stairs and will Hugh end up like Morski?
Oh, that's mean. Let's do it. That would be a dex.
Okay.
So that was a 12. What would you say the DC for this is? That
Uh
was a 15.
yeah. I don't want to be too mean. So let's just say it's a DC of 12 since they're moving fast, but also it's like stairs. So
Yeah.
maybe Hugh slips up just a bit, but catches himself because use those
Yeah.
rails. Those rails are
Yep.
there for you.
For a reason, like you see Hugh starts to fall, but he managed to grab the railing, so there's just a bit of a funk as he kind of falls into it a bit.
Yeah.
Just like, oops, okay, gotta be more careful.
Yeah. Fleck
And then
kind of
like
just looks back at him like, "Are you okay?" Oh, that's why they say not to run in the halls.
it's okay. Just everything's happening so much.
Everything is happening so much.
As the players note, always,
Always.
all the time.
All the
Um,
time, all the time.
can't stop, won't stop. And let me think. So I guess these two are running still. Do you
Yeah,
want to roll a d4 to see which classroom they run into next? Hugh at this point is just following you, Fleck, by the way.
sure. That's a 3.
Okay, that's a free. You go into the maths classroom.
Oh boy, math time.
Math time. I'm just gonna roll a d2 to see whether class is in session or not. It is not in session.
That's
Um,
good.
just see these two sneak in, and there's the general before class hubbub of which desk am I taking? Are like where are my books? Where are my rulers? Oh no, I forgot my rulers. Hey, Jack. And
Not the protractor.
not the protractor, yeah. Yeah. See people losing their minds over a math equation. roll me an intelligence save for fun.
Oh boy.
Hugh, what is your okay, well that was a 14. Oh, Fleck. Oh, Fleck. Okay, well, Hugh got a 14, so he's doing quite well, actually. I think he's just a bit winded from all the running, so he isn't paying especially any attention to like the stuff going around or the board. So I think, yeah, no, he'd be able to solve those equations if need be. Fleck, though, Fleck, you look around at this classroom, you see these really weird. What on earth is this pie poster for? 3.14? That sounds so weird. What are these equations on the board? And now your head's just spinning.
Yeah. Instead of eyes, he has numbers now. He's kind of just
Honey.
spinning around a bit like he's just about to fall down and die.
Oh no. I'm going to roll strength for fun though. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So
That is
for everyone everyone listening, Hugh has a -1 to his strength and he got a nat 1. So I think the thing is he can pick up Fleck, but Fleck about to fall over, so he like crouched down to make sure he doesn't fall over, possibly pick him up. But someone walks into him, so Hugh has just been knocked prone.
Oh boy.
So he's just like, ah.
And Fleck falls
Hey.
down prone on top of him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Accidental child pile in the classroom. Gonna roll a d20 to see whether the person not paying attention falls into okay, they do not fall into a table. Good for them.
why don't
They
we
just
do a whiz save on the class? Because you all know, in high school, when something starts happening, everyone's gonna get in on it. So,
yeah.
Let's.
Do I just make it to?
That's
Yes,
a 6.
I'm so glad you made it to -1 because I was about to ask whether it should be a negative.
I think it should be negative because these are high schoolers we're talking about.
Looks at high school. Yeah. Yeah.
So some students see this happen and they just point like child pile and just all start getting up.
Oh no. Roll me. I guess this would be Dex again.
Yeah.
Just
To see if we can escape the child pile.
Yeah, Hugh sees this and he's like, oh no.
Oh
no, Hugh! He was knocked down pretty bad.
Oh no.
So
Fleck's
just Fleck, I think you do get up, though you're still wobbly because numbers. And Hugh is both winded and he was knocked down pretty badly. So he isn't quite able to get up.
And now a wave of children are descending down upon him.
Let's see how many children. I'm doing that with advantage. There's no way only 3 children would join in the pile. That's more like
19 whole children are about to dogpile this small man.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Fleck is absolutely noticing.
I mean, in Hughes defense, he's a child too.
Yeah.
He's only 17, but oh no.
Oh no. Fleck's just staring at the impending wave of children, and it just grabs onto Hugh's hand and starts pulling, like, come on! You gotta go!
I
Come
can
on,
roll
Hugh!
another dex. I can roll another dex. Nat
That's not 20.
20, that does it.
Hugh
You
manages
see
to
the
Hugh manages to like grab Fleck and roll out of the way at the very last moment as there's a poof as all the children land.
yeah, there's just yeah, thank your Fleck, your encouragements did wonders. He
Yeah.
manages to pick up the books, picks up Fleck, does a barrel roll, and he like it's like nice dodge.
Yeah.
And Hugh manages to roll out of the way. He with that freaking nat 20. He rolls out of the classroom, I think, and just behind you see this whole pile of children, and there's yelling and stuff, and Hugh's
Just
running again out, and you see that it's at this point the teacher comes in and starts muttering Grolix under their breath. They the teacher seems very used to this.
Oh man. Should we roll perception on the Librarians again?
Absolutely. That's a d20 plus 4. A
Oh, they know where we
17.
are.
They know. It's like Hugh does his roll out of the classroom and he's like books in hand, one hand Fleck in the other. And there's just like literally as Fleck rolls out and you hear the crash of children. There's just a librarian standing there and just staring like, what?
Oh boy.
So cue the chase scene, I guess.
Yeah, that's
It's like it's like it starts playing. It's
yeah.
yeah. What
Now,
is it called? Yakety sax? Yes, that starts playing.
yeah.
So
Starts
I guess
playing
time.
as Hugh and Fleck
Hmm?
just start running into random classrooms. Sometimes there's explosions and other children running in, like running out of other classrooms. Just, the hallway shot.
Yeah, exactly. One librarian comes, then so do another two, and like at one point, Hugh and Fleck run out of one classroom where there's an explosion, and then what actually happens is other kids from other classrooms come out, and they go into the classroom with the explosion.
Yeah.
Just all this chaos is happening. They're gonna have fun.
Yeah. If there's 2 explosions within 15 minutes, class is canceled.
Yes.
So,
Who on earth has like the school lore in Inkwell? Can we make it? Can we make it the rule that if there are two explosions within 15 minutes, class is cancelled?
we can absolutely ask Owl about that, yeah.
Yes. Yes. You know what? For the last, like, I'm gonna say this is the last classroom they run into,
Yeah.
and I actually never had this class in my school, though I have heard of it, and I believe it's called Home EC, rather the
Yeah.
class you do cooking and stuff in.
Yeah, home economics.
Yeah. So they are in there now. And honestly, this room has like a combo of very nice smells and very bad smells. That
Absolutely. There's
I'm
no
gonna
middle sliders.
yeah, I'm just gonna do a. That was
Oh.
a nat 1 on the D20 dice. This is killing me. Okay, so they walk in, and it's like they. I think Hugh and Fleck are like by a nice, like a tray of muffins that actually look very nice.
Oh
And
boy.
then there's an explosion from the back of the classroom. There is definitely a pot on fire.
There is sludge that is somehow animate.
Yeah, it's like you know how the failed food in Breath of the Wild looks like
Yeah,
how it's
it's mostly.
centered.
Yeah,
It's that, but it has like two googly eyes stuck on.
you can hear it like just gurgling.
Yes, congrats, child. You have you become a parent, I guess. Welcome your new creation into the world.
Oh boy, I have to roll something for Fleck.
What was
Okay,
that?
that was a wisdom saving throw. I think with an 11, he's tempted to try it, but just barely manages to stop himself.
The slide?
Yes.
I need to roll an insight to see whether Hugh catches onto this. That's a 16, and Hugh has advantage on insight rolls, so we'll take that 16.
Yeah.
I think he catches that 11 whiz, and Hugh sees Fleck slowly reaching over with a hand, and Hugh like puts his own hand on Fleck's hand, and just like Fleck looks up at Hugh, and Hugh just shakes his head like, nah, better not, better take these muffins instead. Like the one nice tray they're standing next to.
Fleck seems just a little bit disappointed, but does grab a muffin for his hammer space.
Hugh says, I know, but you don't want to get ill or anything, right? We don't actually know in how good a state the. Is that a muffin or is that a person now? They seem to be living. I don't think you should eat them, though.
Fleck just huffs like, fine. Okay.
You get a pat from Hugh.
Fleck accepts the pat pat and offers up I'm willing to bet that he does have some sweets in his hammer space. So yeah. So Fleck does pull out not a muffin, but a cute little cupcake with little sugar fairy wings on it and hands it to Hugh.
Man, Hugh visibly brightens up at that, and it's like, thank you. And he actually reaches into his own hammer space and he pulls out some cookies.
Aw.
And he's gonna pass some to Fleck.
Fleck takes two of them and thanks Hugh. One
Heck
is
yeah, it's. Hmm?
one of them
I
is
know,
for
no.
him, the other is for his sibling.
Aw. I'd like to imagine like there's just this small break moment as Hugh and Fleck are just sitting in a corner of this disaster home economics classroom. They're just having a small snack break, and like you see the happy flowers around Hugh actually, cause this is nice. He likes sharing sweets with his friends.
It's very nice.
Look, Fleck, you are a friend now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but you're not escaping this.
Fleck pulls out two little pouches of juice and hands one to Hugh.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's just all in all a very nice scene, complemented of course with like explosions and screaming in the background from home.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. That's the norm for school. Don't worry about it.
They're at this point the sludge has grown legs and is running.
Ah, yes. I'm gonna roll it over D20. Okay. So with that 14, you know what happens? Sludge has grown legs and is running. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have at this point to run to another person's cooking project, and it's just kind of upturned the pan into their mouth and is now chewing on the pan itself.
Nice. Sometimes that just happens. The teacher is like hitting it with another pan.
Yeah, Frank Pan of Doom.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm rolling. I'm rolling. What shall I make this? +8 because it's funny. And that is an 18. I think that hits. I
Yeah.
think that hits.
Just banging on the
I'm
little
just
sludge monster.
just you hear a bam and the sludge monster goes flying and it flies pretty far enough that it's out of the classroom. I wonder what I should make the librarian's dex.
Hmm.
I'll make it a 3 and I'm doing it at disadvantage anyways because the librarian is just passing through. So that was a 6.
The librarian gets just smacked in the face with this dazed sludge monster.
Yeah, the monster goes flying and wham, bonk. It's like boom, a headshot. Except this is a sludge monster and the librarian, so now there's just even more yelling.
There's more yelling, more shushing. You're pretty
Librarian's
sure.
tongue goes
You're
like
pretty
more
sure. You go.
You go first.
Okay. You're pretty sure a silent spell is cast at some point because the sludge monster stops screeching.
It's like other librarians come, but they don't even help their first librarian. They're just shushing.
Yeah. Only shushing.
Yeah. The teacher with the Frank Pen of Doom looks so done.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say our two dorks managed to finish their snack break in peace, and Hugh actually sees this, looks behind them, and there is an open window, and he's like, "Hey, are you okay with heights? I'm thinking maybe we should escape through the window, because I think they'll just see us if we go through the door at this point."
Fleck nods like, yeah, that I'm alright with heights, as I gaze at his acrobatics.
What is his acrobatics?
It's a +7.
Yeah, Hugh has a +9.
Yeah.
He will actually like offer for like Fleck to be on his shoulder as he goes out.
Fleck is gonna take that, I think.
Okay, so
Nice.
that's a 17. Like I don't know, would you say Fleck is like helping Hugh a bit with this? Shall I make this an advantaged roll?
Yeah, I'd say that Fleck is definitely trying to help you out. Yeah.
Yep, that is a 26 on the die.
Nice.
So yay.
Hooray for us.
I...
Sorry to the librarians.
Yeah, it's just like via a series of backflips and doing probably some unadvised wall jumping and such. He's actually made it to the ground floor, and I think he's gone like this chaos is all happening up above. Hugh has gone back to the entrance. Would you say Fleck's classroom is like on the ground floor?
Yeah, I'd say it's close by.
Cause I think it's like they're here, this all happens, and it's like, oh well, at least that should be done. I wonder why they were going after us though.
Can we roll to see if the... We've only been chased by the librarians, but the first librarian actually hasn't been seen since.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
So Fleck's just like, yeah, I wonder. It's really weird.
Yeah.
At least we managed to get away, though.
Yep, that's pretty good. I wonder what's wrong. I mean, I think okay, so oops, I did that incorrectly. I forgot the D. 23. Yeah, first librarian has noticed. I think they're walking over, but they're gonna overhear this. And he's like, yeah, it's like, I know I still have these books. Maybe I should just return them to the library here first, but it's so strange that they all ran over to us like that.
Yeah, I... I don't know why they would do that. It was kind of scary. But at least we managed to
Yeah,
get away.
yep. And hey, I even found the entrance, and you found the entrance to your classroom. Class hasn't started for you yet, right?
It might have been canceled because of the explosions. I'll have to check.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's fair." And I think actually he would actually go back to the library at this point because he's noticed that like, oh yeah, I have these books. Maybe I should just return them before I go. And then they turn around and the head librarian is there just like looking very tired because oh dear. So that's what happened, huh?
They're just very stupid and you have to forgive them.
It's like there's a beat, or well, not quite a beat, but there's like a small jump and a squeak from Hugh, like,
Yeah. Fleck is also jumping and, you know, just barely resisting the urge to yell run again.
the librarian look comes, like, the librarian stands there very tired and is just, the reason they were chasing after you is because you had those books in your hands.
Huh?
We didn't want another robbery. It's only been the 90th time this has happened.
Fleck's kind of just staring like, what?
He's also just having a moment of, why are so many people trying to steal your books? Also, wait, no, that's not. Um, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal them. And he actually hands them back, very embarrassed. Next
Fleck,
time you do this, just make sure to check in before you exit the library, alright?
Fleck's kind of just like, okay.
And Hugh on his end just kind of does a nod. There's a sorry, and the head librarian just kind of goes back into their hidey hole. I'm, you know what happens? The door, the door opens, and you hear the sound of someone falling over because they were sleeping on the door.
Oh my gosh. uh,
The librarian doesn't even look at this. They just push the person to the side so they can step in and close the door.
yes. Such is the library.
Yeah. Well, I guess all of that happened though. Sorry for pulling you into that mess then.
Fleck kind of shakes his head like, you don't need to be sorry. That was fun.
Yeah, it was. Well, maybe I shouldn't go running in school again like this. I shouldn't even be here, I suppose, but we could meet again.
Yeah. Uh, if you still wanted to help me with reading some stuff,
Yeah, sure, I can definitely help with that.
that kind of perks up. Like, great.
Do you actually want to do an insight roll on Hugh?
Sure.
Just for fun.
That is no modifier at all. Oh, he
Yeah,
sees.
nice, he perceives. Hugh has helped someone with reading lessons before.
Ooh.
In fact, you presume it was a friend of his. They didn't know how to read, or at least how to read well. Hugh helped them out with that, so like he's just very cheerful, like, yeah, I can help with this. This is great.
Fleck is very grateful for that. Uh, let's see.
This is like that one meme of like picks up cat. We're friends now. We'll go and have soft tacos later.
Basically.
Yeah. Just these two doing it to each other.
Absolutely. So,
And
is that-
honestly, like, unless you have anything else to add, I think this may be a good place to end it.
I think so, yeah. It was a
Just
very
like,
fun, chaotic time.
yes, it's like Fleck goes into class to see the situation. He waves him off and like goes on home. He's sure gonna have an interesting story to tell March.
Oh, he sure is.
It's gonna be even funnier if this is the same school March goes to.
Yeah, like, he was thinking about, like, wow, March is gonna love to hear this as Fleck goes and sits down, like, a few seats away from March.
Seriously? Oh my goodness. Also, like, Hugh is like, I guess I shouldn't be in here, but I can probably visit the library again, right? And like, hey, I could visit Fleck during grade. Yeah, that's a great plan. And just walks home, music notes behind him.
Oh, Hugh, my beloved. And that is probably a good place to end.
Yep, we can close it here.
Yep,
Thank you for playing with me. This was an absolute blast.
thank you for playing with me. It was also an absolute blast. Uh,
Just points at Fleck and Hugh. They're dorks, Your Honor. I hold them softly.
they are dweebs and I care them.
Yeah,
Gonna cause some trouble together. Uh, also,
absolutely, and also entirely accidentally.
yep,
So I guess on that note,
yep,
thank you so much thank you so much everyone else for listening, and thank you Wick and Jade for recording this too.
yep.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.